What's up, YouTube? This is Don Breakable, and I'm bringing you probably my main deck for this format for how it looks so far. It's either this or Fish OTK. It really depends. But yeah, we're just gonna jump into it. This is Formula Monarchs. Onto the engine of the deck, you got your okay, there we go. You got 3 Swap Frog, 2 Genix Undone. This is the main engine of the deck. This is your ways of getting Treeborn in the grave, thinning out the deck. This gets you +1s by adding this guy to your hand. And then he's your main alert target or your main discard for Fishborg. With this engine, I think it's a lot more consistent because you don't have to rely on Swap Frog to get monsters to the grave. And with these guys, it lets you synchro into random crap and just gives you a lot more options and just makes the deck more versatile and also a lot faster. And with Monarchs, speed is a good thing. Good thing to have speed in Monarchs. 2 Treeborn Frog, amazing card. It's your main tribute fodder. It's always a +1 during standby phase, and it combos with your enemy controller to turn it into a brain control practically. So yeah, and then finally Roan Totem, just for a little bit of extra tribute fodder and to count towards your lad if you need it, or just 2,000 defense wall. Fishborg, the main tuner of the deck, combos with Treeborn to go into Formless Synchron, let you draw a card, and draw power is always a good thing, especially in Monarchs. They were lacking draw power, so this card is really good. And it also goes with Mobius to make Gungnir. So you summon Treeborn, ditch for this, tribute Treeborn for Mobius, destroy 2 back rows, synchro for Gungnir, destroy another 2 cards. Just a really good card. The OTK stoppers, this format's going to be really fast, I think. So these cards are going to put in a lot of work. Battle Fader, 3 Battle Fader, 1 Gores. These all stay for tribute fodder for your Monarchs. They keep you alive, and they are darks if you're in a tough situation and you need to alert. I mean, that's an instant lad, and these are instant Monarchs. So just really nice cards to have and to stop you from dying. Onto the tribute monsters. There's 11, I believe. We got 3 Caius, biggest Monarch in my opinion. Remove their Dark Soul, remove their whatever they might need. Dupe Frog if you're playing, or a Treeborn if you're playing Mirror Match, or Fish OTK, something like that. Just really nice card. Negs your opponent, and if it's a dark, you know, they take 1,000. So he could come out and do 3,400 on his first turn. So yeah. 2 Ryza, I don't think 3 is going to be necessary in this format. The only time you get real advantage off of him is if you spin a synchro. Other than that, they don't lose a card. It just sets them back a turn. It's annoying, but it's not as effective as Caius. 2 Mobius, there's going to be a lot of back row this format, and popping 2 of them is always going to be a good thing. And then, like I said, the Gungnir play turns him into like a +2 after everything, but it's a -4 for your opponent. So 2 Light and Darkness Dragon, so good with Solemn Warning at 2. Even if they Solemn Warning, you know, he'll go to the grave. His 3rd effect activates. You special summon a Monarch. So even if they Solemn Warning, they just paid 2,000 for you to summon a Monarch practically. And he's really tough to get over this format. There are still a lot of things that drain him rather easily. He's terrible in the Mirror Match or in Fish OTK, but other than that, he's a very good card. 1 Jinzo, a lot of people side deck Jinzo. I decided to main it because I almost always side him in anyway, so why not just main him and save the trouble. And a lot of people don't see Jinzo coming in game 1, so it turns like 14 cards out of their deck into dead draws. So yeah, they have to waste Book of Moon or something to get over, and book it 1. It's not going to happen that often. Baits out Solemn Warning, stuff like that. Dark Dust Spirit, destroy all face-up monsters on the field. Really good. Bounces back to the hand, so you can just use his effect again. Just a great card for Monarchs. 3 Formula Synchron. I mean, whoa. Okay, 3 enemy controller. Brain control during standby phase. That's practically it. And then you know, if you open bad and have Treeborn in hand, just set Treeborn, set this. If they try and go crazy, you're playing X-Sabers and they try and like first turn Bogart you or whatever, You just take their tuner, take their Bogart, whatever they would need to go nuts on you. Soul Exchange, only 2. I think 3 is a little bit dead. 3 is more for the side deck if you're playing, if you're like gonna have to go against GBs or some deck that removes a lot. Against Samurai, this is a really nice card. But other than that, 2 is fine for the main deck. 2 Nobleman Extermination. I'd like this over MST. The only thing MST had was that, you know, it's chainable, but I would never really set MST anyway. But I mean, Solemn Warning, he gets hit by this, Bottomless, Deprison, all those traps that would cause you problems get hit by this, and then they remove all copies from their deck, and you don't. So just a really nice card, especially if there's a Jinzo on the field, they can't chain it, no matter what it is. So Allure, just draw power. Draw power in Monarchs is very, very needed, very good. Remove your Gen X controller, something you don't need. MST, still good. I side the other one. I mean, it's still going to be really good. Main thing this is in to hit continuous traps like Skill Drain, which it being at 3, you know, it's gonna be see some play, especially in Light Hero Beat now. Foolish, just to get the Treeborn Fishborg. Like, you open Foolish, Swap Frog, or Undyne, you have your setup first turn. So I mean, that's just a really good way, and it adds more ways to get more cards to the graveyard. Pot of Avarice, reuse your Formula, Synchronizer, reuse your Monarchs. Just a really nice card. Gets you a +1, and like I said, in Monarchs, they already get +1s when they're summoned. So yeah. Trunade, just to stop them from Solemn Warning your Kais if they have something you really need to get rid of, or from hitting your Lad, or from hitting your Jinzo, stuff like that. And it gets rid of Skill Drain for a turn. Dark Hole, just massive monster removal, and then Monster Reborn, just bring something back, sack it off, or just go for their Synchro, go for their tuner. Just a lot of options with Monster Reborn, obviously. Onto the extra deck. It's pretty generic right now. I'm like waiting for my Dark End Dragon to get in, and an Argenix Locomotive. So I can do stuff with my Kais, and it would be funny. 3 Formula Synchron, your main draw engine, I guess you could say. Level 2 tuners that let you go into level 8s really easily. And you can synchro during your opponent's main phase, so it's a really nice card. It's funny. Cataster, anything that's not dark should die immediately, so yeah. Brio, bounce crap that might cause you problems. This is coming out for Dark End Dragon, but this is in over Goyo merely for the fact that it can get over Stardust, and that's mainly what Goyo was used for if you didn't want to waste a card with Brio. Black Rose, just nuke the field. That's always good. And if you have like a Cataster or something, or you mind control something that would equal Black Rose, you can Black Rose on your opponent's side of the field, on your opponent's turn, nuke all their setup. Like against Sabers, that is probably the best play you can pull off with enemy controller and stuff like that. After they, you know, spam the field with their Bogart Knight and stuff, then you just Black Rose, and they pretty much scoop after that. Scrap Archfiend, he's coming out for Colossal, but right now he's just a 2700 beater, so yeah, it's iffy. Gungnir, because you can make it with Mobius and Fishborg, and popping 2 cards is good, I heard. Yeah, so Gungnir does good things. Thought Ruler. A lot of decks are going to be running targeting spells and traps like enemy controller, compulse, deprison, stuff like that. So his effect is he's going to see a lot more play than he has in past formats. Scrap Dragon, with Treeborn coming back every standby phase, it's a free destruction effect every turn. Stardust, negate things that destroy. Red Dragon for the pesky like 2 Spirit Reaper if you don't have a Monarch or something, or you, yeah, and you know, you can go into Red Nova with him. And then finally, Shooting Star and Red Nova, just huge ass monsters for no reason. They're a bit iffy to make. Him not so much, but Red Nova's a bit iffy to make. If you can make either one though, they are hilarious, especially if you have Jinzo on the field. If you have these plus Jinzo, it's pretty much good game. So just don't worry about making them. Don't like make that your focus, but if you can, just go for it, because it's hard to get around. Onto the side deck. This is coming out for a Burial. My Burial's not in the mail yet, but yeah, it should be this week. So yeah, this is coming out for a burial. Right now, Spirit Reaper's doing okay, but I definitely need a burial for games 2 and 3. A third Treeborn for, they like to side in DD Crows against you, so a third Treeborn helps out. Onto like the discard from hand crap. 2 DD Crow hits so many decks, really good in the mirror match, really good in Sabers, really good in Chaos Plants, just anything that relies on Grave, which a lot of the top tier decks do. This is an amazing card. Even works for GBs, like remove their Chariot so they can't loop you over and over and over, which is just so messed up. 2 Puppet Plant for the Gravekeeper and Spirit Samurai matchup. Just discard this, grab their Shein, tribute it off for a Caius, remove their monster. Just gets a lot of pluses with Puppet Plant. And then finally Effect Veiler. Really good in the mirror match. Pretty much any deck, actually, this is really good against, unless you're playing like normal beatdown or something. But yeah, just a really good side deck choice. And it's a 1-star tuner, so you can do funny things with it. Onto the Monarchy kind of stuff. Vanity's Fiend, shuts down pretty much every deck right now. Really, really, really good in the mirror match. You get this out, they have to waste their Soul Exchange on it. That's pretty much their only out to Vanity's Fiend. And Dark Dust Spirit, a second one just for those really speedy decks that like to spam the field, like Samurai and I guess Blackwings. I'm not sure. Twilight, stuff like that. Speaking of Twilight, Brain Golem. Whenever like all effects of light monsters are negated while they're on the field, and if it destroys a light monster by battle, it can attack again. So it's going to be really good this format with Light Hero Beat getting the huge boost from the Shining, because he can get over the Shining, I believe, without Shining's effect, and then attack again immediately. And with Chaos Sorcerer at 3, people are going to be running Twilight, and Twilight, runs lights, so you can attack, and then he's 2500, so he's bigger than all the other Monarchs. So he's a good tech if you have to face Light Hero Beat, which I think will be really big, at least for a few weeks. Nobleman just for the Gravekeeper and Plant matchup. MST just if they have stuff I don't like, mainly Hero Beat because they main skill drains. And then finally 2 Malevolent Catastrophe just for those decks that like to set 5 go, like Gladiator Beast and X-Sabers and stuff like that. I hate set 5 go decks, so yeah, this is a good card. They attack, flip it, destroy all their spells and traps, and then you -5 them. But yeah, that's it, YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think. Give me suggestions. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Tell me what I'm doing right. All that good stuff. And yeah, that's it, YouTube. I'm out.